Imagine a time when being sentenced to death meant being slowly devoured by bugs. This was the reality of scaphism, an ancient Persian method of execution. Welcome, history enthusiasts, to a journey through the annals of human punishment, where we'll uncover some of the most horrific and shocking penalties ever devised. Our journey begins in the cradle of civilization, ancient Mesopotamia, where the Code of Hammurabi, one of the earliest known legal systems, reigned supreme. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth was more than a proverb, it was law. If a person knocked out the eye of another, their own was removed as punishment. In ancient Greece, a particularly brutal punishment awaited those who committed treason or murder. Known as the Brazen Bull, it was a hollow statue of a bull where the condemned were locked inside and a fire was lit beneath it. The screams of the unfortunate person inside would mimic the sounds of a bellowing bull, a terrifying spectacle that served as a deterrent for potential criminals. From Greece, we journey to Rome, where the punishment for parricide, or the killing of a parent, was to be sewn into a leather sack with a variety of animals, including a dog, a monkey, a snake, and a rooster, then thrown into a body of water. This gruesome punishment, known as poenakole, was meant to symbolize the chaos and disorder the criminal had brought into the world. Fast forward to medieval Europe, where the wheel became a horrifying instrument of justice. Breaking on the wheel involved the condemned being tied to a large wheel and their limbs were smashed with an iron cudgel. The wheel would then be hoisted for all to see, a grim reminder of the fate that awaited lawbreakers. In the 18th century, England introduced a punishment that was as much about humiliation as it was about physical pain: the stocks. Offenders would be locked in a public place with their hands and feet immobilized, left to endure the mockery and scorn of their fellow citizens. This form of punishment was particularly effective as a deterrent, as it played on the individual's fear of public shame. Finally, we arrive at the 20th century, where the electric chair became the symbol of capital punishment in the United States. Despite its modern origins, the electric chair's roots can be traced back to the ancient principle of an eye for an eye, with the state delivering a swift and fatal retribution for the most heinous crimes. From the Code of Hammurabi's brutal principle of retaliation to the electric chair's fatal jolt, the history of punishment is a chilling testament to humanity's capacity for retribution. The most shocking among these punishments, such as scaphism and the Brazen Bull, serve as stark reminders of the lengths societies have gone to in order to maintain order and deter crime. This journey through time invites us to reflect on the evolution of justice and the value we place on human life and dignity.